the most poised game that we played all year. And what I mean by that is I thought every guy was locked in, what we needed to get done. We got off to a great start offensively, and they're such a well-coached team, and they really know how to play offense, and we were really working hard trying to take away the three, and they do what a well-coached team would do. They would get themselves to the foul line, and the way our guys stayed with it, I thought we offensively were really, for 40 minutes, were really pretty efficient, except from, I think if I can remember, like from the 8-minute mark in the first half, or somewhere, we turned it over 4 times, and so out of 6 turnovers, that's 4 of them came in that span right there. And so taking care of the ball and was a priority, and making sure that we got the looks, and then we inside the guys ran, and Adam did a great job in there. So really, the guys talked more than they have all year. Thought they were locked in together, and really nice win for us.
Pretty special night for Jordan back here in Nashville. Did you see this coming from him? How good was he?
You know, he was good in practice. He didn't play well at Florida. Showed spurts. Really had a tough night against South Carolina. And I honestly didn't think about it until Coach Lanier said to me, he didn't play in the Gonzaga game. It's going to be interesting to see how he would respond. And he was good. He still has to get better defensively, and but I thought he took care of the ball better. I thought he wasn't trying to do too much over dribbling, and he got going. He was great in practice yesterday. He had a day yesterday in practice like he did tonight, shooting the ball into the rim, and so he carried over, and he's got to see if he can build on it now.
When a guy's playing in his hometown, how much weight do you put on that, about just that extra energy that a guy's going to have left for him?
You know, honestly, I didn't even think about it. I didn't. That's something you have to ask him. We had a few former players come out, shoot around today, and talking about how this is a neat building to be in, and but I don't know. Again, I didn't even think about coming back here with him in Nashville, and but he was had a pretty good day. He had his best day as a volunteer. I'll tell you that.
What about the ball movement against the zone, the patience, getting good shots in that second half stretch when they were making a run?
Yeah, they made a push back, and then we did. We moved the ball well. We were wanting to attack inside out, which we did. And again, I thought Turner's 3 was a big one at that point, because they had started backing up in there to take away the middle. Obviously, we were looking to put it in there, but for 2 small guys, undersized guys, ran, and Adam did a great job of just taking the ball to the basket, and Robert got some things done in there as well. But I thought our patience and our poise against the zone was really good. We worked on it some. We didn't do much after the South Carolina game, and yesterday we talked about it, and they were to shoot around, and they knew exactly, simplified it, and said this is what we're looking for, and you guys got to play out of it, and I thought we did a good job.
Everyone talked about the pride and swagger and getting that back yesterday. Do you think they had that tonight? They looked a little more energetic during free.
Well, you know what? I really like these guys, and we practice. Grant, you watch us practice, and I'm hard on them. I actually told them, Adam made a comment, I think, that one of you guys about we practice harder than when we practice and we play. And I asked them, I said, why do you think that is? They said they don't. I said, because of me. I said, I'm the one that's not going to let you not have energy in practice. So who's going to be the voice for you guys during the game? And that's all we talked about the last 2 days. Who's going to be the voice? And there's a number of them stepped up, and they were terrific yesterday in practice, with me enjoying it, watching them get after each other. And I told them, I said, people might look at you guys during the game and think you're getting on each other, but I said, that's good. I don't care what other people think, as long as you guys are doing it in a constructive way. And tonight I thought we had great carryover with that. They were terrific during the timeouts. And I told you, the first time we had that all year was at East Tennessee State. We lost it, but the last couple of days they got it back and they carried over.
Coach, you had 41 turnovers in the last 2 games, tonight you have 26. Is that all about Jordan, or is it better movement or spacing?
Well, it was a lot. I mean, a lot of it had to do with, South Carolina. They had 22 too, because both teams were turned into a defensive battle, and South Carolina can do that to you, because like us, we don't want to let people just pass the ball, move the way they want to. But and I was on the guards holding the ball too much, but, after watching the tape, so much of it was guys just stopped moving after one cut. And we did a better job of that tonight, even in our man offense, about the flow. We know what we want to do to get into it, but teams are going to take away maybe your first, second, third look, and then what do you do from there? And that's where guys have to keep playing. We did not do that the way we needed to certainly against South Carolina and at Florida. In that game, we just some way we turned it over was really kind of comical, to be honest.
Jim, how about the way you got, for a young team especially, on the road, you got you chasing out the zone early, the way you kind of carved it up, they go to man, it doesn't slow you down, you guys will shift gears like that, continue to execute, how happy were you with that?
I was, because, again, we just said, hey, one, we have confidence in our offense, we do, but they were terrific offensively. When you look at the numbers, I mean, both teams, look at those numbers, and it's really incredible. And we switched tonight for the first time, what we did early in the year, and we didn't like it, because we felt like guys were being lazy with it. And so tonight, we thought we'd start switching a little bit, because they do a really good job of setting up their cuts and coming all apart, and they're really a great passing team. And they turned to put the ball right where they need to put it to shoot it. And so we were switching, and we got caught in some, where they were, again, they did a great job of driving the ball in the first half. We didn't shoot a free throw in the first half, and they didn't shoot as many in the second half, but with about 7 minutes going in the game, we said, we're not switching, we're gonna go back to what we've done and lock in, and we actually did a pretty good job, did the best job we did the whole game when we just went back to, we still had a few breakdowns where guys, actually Jordan thought we were still switching, and that goes back to where we gotta get better in the timeout listening, but it was really a team win in every aspect when you look at it.
It looked like there were times maybe in that North Carolina game where, you know, the crowd would start to get into it and y'all would hit some shots and really kind of push them back a little bit. It looked like it was that way again tonight. How tough is it, especially for a young team, when the crowd's kind of getting back into it like that, to just hit a shot time and time again?
Well, I think that you expect it, one going in, and we talk about it. We talk about how close possessions are. As bad as we were in South Carolina with 22 turnovers, it ended up being a 10-point game. You break it down as simple as you want to, because it's a 4-possession game, you know. And so we know, we expect it. We expect when we go on the court that they're going to make push. You know that, and so you're prepared for it. And it goes back to, will you do your part on the other end? And like Adam, I thought was great. He stepped out in the second half and shot a 3 in the corner. And as soon as he shot it, he said, "Coach, that was not a good shot." And that's when you know they're locked in. And we had a shot clock violation early. I just thought we were just really focused on what we talked about we wanted to get done against the zone. And then when he went man, we felt like we could get our movement, that we would have a chance to drive the ball, get some isolation, get some post up. They did a good job in the first half when we went to just some straight post up, where we turned it over twice when they trapped the post, and that was because the passer didn't cut and the post guy didn't have anywhere to dribble to get a release. But it was just really the most poised game that we played all year, based on what you were just saying there. When the crowd got in it, we stayed with what we wanted to do, and nobody got outside of themselves and tried to do too much, and move the ball, share the ball, and it was, again, like I said, the best effort